You guys are back. You had a great trip. I can tell from the smiles on your face. Tell us about it.
It was exciting. We went and we told our story. We had 5 mayors, a city manager, school district representatives, somebody from East West Gateway, somebody from UMSL, a number of folks from my staff, a couple of not-for-profit partners. We told the folks at the White House Department of Education, Department of Health and Human Services, Department of Housing and Urban Development, the EPA, here's what we're doing here in St. Louis in the boundaries of the Normandy School District and something we call 24-1. And we told them our big, expansive story built upon working together as an entire community, trusting each other, partnering with each other, and ensuring that we tackle all the big problems, from the school district not having its accreditation to the housing stock not being as strong to not enough jobs to not enough economic development, all the things that make up a fabric of a place. And they were thrilled to hear from us, quite frankly. They were learning more from us, quite frankly, than we got from them.
They asked a lot of questions.
They asked a whole lot of questions, and it's clear on the federal level, on the national level, people are wanting to know, how do we get this kind of work done, this big collaborative cross-sector work done, and it appears that we in St. Louis here are onto something, and we're excited to tell our story.
That's fascinating. Patrick, now we're looking at photos while you both talk to us here, photos of your trip. Tell us a little bit about the sequence of the trip.
Sure. We all arrived in D.C., spent, I think, a little bit of time with each other at the Marriott Hotel that morning, just going over, what we were going to say, making sure that we were utilizing our time effective that was given to us, the honor.
And how much time was that?
I think we were there about an hour and a half.
That's a lot.
They gave us an hour to present, which, quite frankly, it was hard for us to condense everything we do in an hour.
I can imagine.
Yes.
And then we spent another 45 minutes with Q&A.
Yeah.
Wow.
And it was an honor.
Well, both sides asking questions?
Oh, yeah.
And answering?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Amazing. What would you say you learned from them? That was your takeaway.
Well, for me, I believe it made us realize that we're all working really on the same ship, just a little bit further distance apart from each other. I think their focus is, how can we take what you're doing, encapsulize that, and really utilize it for the benefit of other cities, and maybe in their own backyard, from a lot of the things that they see within D.C. with departments that are in their they're capsulized, they're not working together or effectively. And I think what's important for them is policy. How do we take what you're doing and duplicate that and see how we can support what you're doing? Because they are recognizing, I think, as Chris mentioned, the efficiency and effectiveness of people collaborating together at different governmental levels and making the best of those tax dollars and doing
How
so.
far are you as 24-1 in doing these things? I mean, when I first met you, Patrick, it was, 3 or 4 months ago.
Yes.
You guys were over lunch in an intense meeting. I mean, really totally into this.
Right.
And from my understanding, there are a lot of meetings like that, all the various mayors of the 24 St. Louis County communities getting together. How far along are you?
I think we're very far along in what I call the relationship level, building a trust, a relationship that allows people to get together and say, we have something in common. Even though we have different identities based upon size of city and geographics, we need to start having that conversation about those commonalities and how we can stop duplicating some things and make them more efficient.
And what would you say after your meetings in Washington is the next step? Did you all walk away with, now what do we have to do?
Well, I think that we walked away with a lot more confidence. Because again, when you're in these meetings, when you're going through just the rigmarole of your day-to-day work as an elected official, it's all consuming. It gets balled into one pot. And I think this kind of allowed the group to take a break and look and say, we're doing something just beyond our walls. This is something that others can look at from within, just not within the St. Louis metropolitan area, but outside the state, and see there is an effectiveness of how to grow these relationships in order to get action in place, actions that actually mean things to the community, to the people.
Patrick and Chris, both of you, thank you for sharing all of this with us, and I hope you keep us at Honest Tale updated on your progress.
Will do. Thanks for having us.